We are excited for a week of some solid NFL action. We have some great picks for you tonight. Excited to get these out there. We a little bit on college football last week with NFL, but in the end, we pulled out a positive week between both shows. So get a chance, go over to the college football show, combine them with these picks. Hopefully, join us for another winning week this week. Let's not waste any time. We got NFL game picks and we got player props to get through. So, Mike, why don't we just jump in? You're picking my Denver Broncos. I was going to take them to cover, but it was a little high. It was a little high for me, but you got a different one for us.
I'm all over Denver this entire game. This pick, I'm taking Broncos team total over 13.5 points in the first half. We've seen Denver progress every single week, get better and better, more team chemistry. Offensive line is blocking better. They're running the ball very well right now. They put a beat down on New Orleans last week, and Carolina continues to be absolutely awful. And this week they're back to Bryce Young because Andy Dalton just got in a car accident. And so Carolina's never going to hold on to the ball. They're going to get the ball 3 and out. Denver's going to get the ball back in their hands a lot. Carolina's given up 22 points per game in the first half. So Denver getting over, 13.5 here. I like this a lot.
Yeah, the Broncos have not lost. They have 3 losses, and the Broncos have not lost to a losing team. All 3 of their teams that they've lost to are not losing teams, and they take care of business against the Saints, the Buccaneers, and the Jets, 3 terrible teams, and the Panthers are even worse than those 3 teams. And they decisively took care of all 3 of those other teams too. It wasn't close, oh, we're watching 2 bad teams. The Broncos look like a better coached, better team than these very bottom tier NFL teams, which is kind of where everyone expected them. They had one of the lowest win totals for the entire season. So
yeah,
this is my proud Broncos moment. We're probably not making a playoff push or anything, but it's nice to watch as a fan, see things get better, I'm going to talk about one of your teams. I actually have 2 parlays for us today. I'm taking a little bit of a swing with this one because it's all plus money. I think actually every pick I have is plus money today, so you are welcome, listening audience. We're going to parlay the Falcons versus the Chargers the Falcons on the money line and the Chargers on the money line to get a nice juicy plus 122. I like this combo. These 2 teams are playing kind of those teams we've already talked about that are really banged up. The Falcons are taking on the Bucks and the Chargers are taking on the Saints. The Bucks lost Mike Evans and Chris Godwin for the foreseeable future. I don't know who Baker's supposed to throw to. Everything else is mediocre for them. The Falcons have to be able to take care of business against a Bucks team that was already struggling to find their footing, and a really sure thing. And now they're down their 2 top receivers, crazy. That's got to be a win. Chargers beating the Saints after what the Broncos did to them last week has to be a win. Jim Harbaugh's too good of a coach to go lose to a team with a rookie backup quarterback and all kinds of other stuff going. The injuries they had piling up with the Saints was crazy. So anyways, Falcons, Chargers, money line, plus 122.
I love it, man. Especially the Falcons pick here. They've already played once, and it took 36 points for them to get even, or for they would have needed 37 points to beat the Falcons. Chris Godwin and Mike Evans were combined for 120 yards there. So I just don't. Yeah, I love that. I love it lots.
Nice. Stefan, you're here for a pick for us this week.
Well, I just want to say, when betting the NFL, it's so easy to get all these games right that, when you can just put 2 of them together, why not do it? No,
exactly.
I can barely get 1 NFL pick right. I'm not going to try to put 2 together.
I'm on a pick 'em. I'm on a pick 'em roll. You're going to hate my next one. All right. Tell us about why you think the Vikings are going to cover against the Rams.
Listen, what is my favorite bet in the world? It is a road favorite. I love a road favorite. It's the worst advice to ever take from someone, but I'm a sucker for it. So that out of the way, the offensive line for the Rams ranks 31st when it comes to pass blocking. I don't care if Cooper Kupp comes back unless they line him up at tight end or H-back and have him help them out. It's not going to matter. The Vikings are going to be all over Stafford. The Rams are really beat up. The Vikings have a deeper roster. Home field advantage for the Rams is going to be minimal here. It's an indoor environment, which I think suits Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and company. Listen, I have not been a believer in this Vikings team all year. All year, I keep waiting for Sam Darnold to become Sam Darnold again, and it's just not happening. So, coaching is a real thing in the NFL.
Yeah,
and I
go
think
figure
they've
he played for
unlocked.
the Jets.
Right. The Jets have even somehow been able to ruin Aaron Rodgers.
He was already ruined.
Yeah, but he was at least entertaining.
That's fair.
Now there's not even that. So you know what? I'm just gonna roll with the Vikings here. Looking at the lines, this is the only one that I'm like this and picking against the Jags. I feel like that would have been my other pick, but I might just be way too biased. But I don't think the Jags have a chance in that game either.
I'm into it.
Anyway,
I'm into it, man. Rams are hurting still too. Not gonna be a great season for them.
I love it. It's a
short week, man. Short week. Give me the road team on a short week.
And with all the trade talks now between Stafford and Darnold making a big switch, it's almost like Stafford or Darnold's getting a big tryout for a long-term contract here. So
yeah,
I could see him come in and show out.
That is hilarious that Sam Darnold's going to become like a top 10 quarterback in this league. All right.
That's a bold statement.
Hey, he's playing like it right now.
You're not wrong.
He's not. Mike. Wait. I want to stop there. And you guys just flag me and let me know when I was right. When this offseason, I said Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback. When you guys have officially accepted that this season, when the Lions are in the Super Bowl, I would like an apology text message.
They could win the Super Bowl, and I would still disagree.
You're like,
no, man. I think he and Purdy are both the definition of a system quarterback, and I don't think you can take the claim of a top 10 quarterback being a system guy.
He did a pretty good job in two systems. Then he went to the Super Bowl with the Rams and has been lighting it up with the Lions.
Did he do a good job? He got absolutely destroyed in that Super Bowl.
I'm just spitting facts over here. All right. We will move forward. Mike, talk about Giants and Steelers. I'd like to congratulate you all. You won the argument a few weeks ago, and we said, who's the worst 3-0 team, the Steelers or the Seahawks? Wait, did you all pick the Steelers?
Yeah. We picked the Steelers. You picked the Seahawks.
I was correct. So I take my congratulations back. The Seahawks clearly were a worse 3-0 team than the Steelers. But tell us why the Giants and Steelers is going to go under, besides, Daniel Jones being a quarterback.
This feels so gross because it's only at 37. I just don't see a way it goes over. Russ looked really good last week, but we've seen it happen on more than one occasion where they make a quarterback change. He comes in the first game, they go lights out. They don't have any tape on what the offense is going to look like with him. The next week, he comes back to reality. Look at Andy Dalton earlier this year. I don't think Russ is anywhere close to what he used to be. I think we saw that throughout his entire time in Denver, and I don't see them being able to put up a ton of points. Pittsburgh's defense is wildly good. They've got the best pass rush in the NFL. They're only giving up 14 points per game. New York's only scoring 14 points a game. That doesn't match up with a bad Pittsburgh offense to go score a lot of points. So give me the under here, under 37.
Yeah, man, I agree. Russ is going to come back to earth. I don't know if is it this week? Maybe not, but I don't see him being in that long-term success. I didn't see it on here because they don't have it out yet, but I would maybe bet my firstborn child on a Russell Wilson interception though, in one of the next 2 weeks. I just haven't picked which one yet because I do agree he'll have that moment. All right, my second parlay. Again, I only have 2 parlays for you. We're going with the Bills money line plus the Texans money line, gets us to plus 135. I'm not here for the negative signs. We're talking about the Seahawks, who are struggling.
Feisty Seahawks.
Oh my gosh, struggling defensively. and injured and all those things. And we got the Bills who are rolling in. So give me the Bills just to win, not to cover the 3.5. And then we have the Colts at home against the Texans, division game. Got to get up for that. Texans just keep rolling here. I just like that these two teams should win. I'm not as confident in this one as I was in my last one, but I love all the positive juice that's happening. So add that to my my bankroll.
My concern here is that Seattle is number 8 in the NFL in points per game. And every now and then you see Buffalo have that surprise, just complete shit game. So that's my only concern here.
A windy afternoon in Seattle. It's cold outside.
And it's
but not
usually,
I mean,
cold
if
enough.
anybody's used to windy and cold,
not
it's
windy
Buffalo.
and cold in Buffalo.
The roaring of the 12s. Come on now.
Oh yeah, the Seahawks just put in a new sound system this offseason. Like they legit, I'm like, oh good, so they can keep pumping in noise so they can claim they're the loudest stadium. Anyways, that's my pet peeve. Let's move on here. Let's get to player props.
You're just gonna skip my last pick, bro?
Oh yeah, because I thought it was stupid. No, I'm just kidding. Why don't you give us this last pick? We're talking about Indy and Houston though, at least again.
Yeah, we are talking about Indy and Houston, and I'm going under 46.5. I was just feeling spicy with the unders between the NFL and college this weekend. The Colts are averaging 18.5 points per game when Anthony Richardson is playing quarterback. And the Texans have struggled dramatically since Nico Collins has been out. Houston's running the ball very well, and they are going to continue to do that because Indy can't stop the run to save their life. So, the total in week 1 when these guys played each other, it hit 56, but I do think these are two very different teams now. So under 46.5, I'm smashing this one.
Love that. I'm going to be on that with you. I think that's my favorite of the two unders that are happening, for sure. All right, let's move to player props. We have a number for you, number of player props going. Mike's been lighting up with player props this season. Might have had a step back last week, but we're ready to rebound here. Mike,
shoot, I hit all 4 of my props last week. It was the games that killed me last week.
The games were brutal. Why is Javonte Williams going to hit his over? Why don't you give us your 4 picks here?
Javonte is going to go over because Carolina sucks. We faded Carolina against the running back the last 2 weeks.
Estimate time, yeah.
And both of those props hit. And like I said earlier, I mean, Denver is just looking better and better. Javonte's hit this in 3 of his last 4 games. So now he's playing
in the first half. He's going to hit this in the first half.
Yeah, that's how they're going to score their 14 points in the first half.
Yep.
So yeah, man, it's just
our breakaway run.
They're coming together, and Carolina's really bad. So Javonte over 60.5
in the first half.
Love it. Can you bet that in the first half? Can we do like a first half rushing ladder?
I'm sure you can find it somewhere.
While Stefan researches our research department, I'm going to take Devontae Adams anytime touchdown at plus 100. I told you I'm only giving plus numbers today. You can't tell me after last week Aaron Rodgers isn't going to force a touchdown to Devontae Adams. New England doesn't give up a lot of passing touchdowns, but they do give up a lot of passing yards. I do realize Christian Gonzalez is going to be on Devontae Adams, but you can't tell me they're not going to force feed. Man, Devontae Adams has his way with younger cornerbacks. Oh, that almost came out wrong, but
it did. It actually didn't come out wrong.
We're gonna cut that one out.
Perfect.
We're leaving it all in. This is a raw, unedited show, just like Devontae Adams. No, I'm just Devontae Adams is going to get a touchdown forced to him at some point by Aaron Rodgers. I truly believe that with an anytime touchdown. Stefan is dying in the meantime. Whenever Mike can get it together, talk about his next one.
Yeah, give me Joe Mixon over 76.5 yards. Indy, the only team that sucks worse against the run is Carolina. Indy's 31st.
Yep.
And Joe Mixon's just been an animal this year, man. When he's played all 4 quarters, he's gone over 100 yards every single game.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this one for the foreseeable future until he's stopped. I don't know if I really care who he plays unless it's somebody like Pittsburgh. So
Yeah.
Joe Mixon
Yeah.
over 76.5.
I love that. You picked Joe Mixon prop last week too, and
Yep.
we're just gonna keep rolling with it. All right, my second forced touchdown of the day is Travis Kelce. This is my only other prop. Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. Get it while it's plus money, y'all. Against the lowly Raiders. Has this man scored a touchdown yet this year? No. Is he going to score a touchdown this week? Absolutely. They're going to force this. Taylor Swift, I'm sure, will be in Las Vegas of all places. He's going to want to score again in front of his girlfriend, and it's going to get forced to him. I swear this has to happen this week. If this doesn't happen this week, I don't know. I need a wager against myself because this has to happen. He has to.
How many times have we taken this bet this year?
Oh, like at least 3 or 4. Like it's not a good record so far, but that's why we got to keep with it because it's going to change at some point.
Streaks end at some point.
Yep. All right.
And
tell
yet
us
it's still at plus 100, which is amazing. Like
I know, right?
They just keep losing players. Once Juju went down, it's like, well, somebody's got to catch the ball.
Someone's got to catch the ball. Even freaking Travis Kelce, he's got to do it. What about Jordan Love here?
Yeah, give me Jordan Love over 256.5 passing yards. I faded the Jags last week with Drake May, and I'm doing it again. The Jags are just absolutely terrible against the pass. They gave up 326 yards to the rookie's second ever game last week. And Jordan Love is, he's no secret to throwing for a lot of yards. So give me Jordan Love over 256. I'm also taking CJ Stroud under 246.5 passing yards to go along with my game total under there. He's struggled again since they lost Nico Collins. He hasn't thrown for over 200 yards in his last 2 games, and they're just continuing to force feed Joe Mixon. And even with the games that Nico's been in, he's only hit it in half those games this year. So Houston as a whole has looked like a good team, but the kind of Stroud hype coming off of last year, him just absolutely tearing it up, hasn't really happened kind of like what we predicted. So I'm going to keep riding him under 246.5 yards here. And then my last one is going to be Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. So somebody is probably going to be wrong between me and you with Travis Kelce.
It's the Raiders. They're going to score a lot of touchdowns.
I mean, that's fair.
You should parlay this. Live your life and parlay a Kareem Hunt and Travis Kelce touchdown.
There's your sprinkle bet right there.
There it is. We're sprinkling all over the place.
Man, he's scored in every game that he's started in this year. He's second in touches to all running backs behind only Breece Hall. Vegas is giving up at least 1 rushing touchdown per game, and they've given up 2 rushing touchdowns per game in their last 3. So this feels nice and easy, which is why it's also at minus 130, but I'm hammering this one.
I love it. You've reached the part of the show where we run things down for you with our game picks first. Then we'll move it into player props. Don't forget to go check out the college football episode. Lots of good stuff over there. Also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, X, and wherever you get your podcasts. Keep sharing things. We really appreciate it. All right, let's run this down. Mike, kick us off.
Give me the Panthers at the Broncos. Broncos team total over 13.5 points in the first half. Giants at the Steelers under 37 points, and Indy at Houston under 46.5 points.
I got 2 parlays. Like, go bro out with your bros and hit some parlays. We're going to take the Falcons money line plus the Chargers money line at plus 122. Second parlay is the Bills to win and the Texans to win, not the whole Texas, at plus 135. Stefan with the celebrity pick.
I'm going to give a suggestion there. Let's round robin the Falcons, Chargers, Bills,
Yes.
Texans money line. Do it that way. Because then when they all hit, you can just retire.
There's your sprinkle.
I'm going to take Vikings minus 2.5 at the Rams on Thursday night. Because who doesn't love a road favorite on a short week? I certainly do.
I mean, I feel like Yeah, you're really in love with them. Mike, give us your player props.
You need to take it at 3 for plus money there. Give me Javonte Williams over 60.5 rushing yards, Joe Mixon over 76.5 rush yards, Jordan Love over 256 passing yards, CJ Stroud under 246.5 passing yards, and a Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown.
Yeah, all right, I'll take Devontae Adams, giving it to those New England defensive backs anytime touchdown at plus 100, and Travis Kelce anytime touchdown also at plus 100. That is it. That's how we're going to make money. Follow us. We had a winning week last week. Going to do it again. We will talk to y'all later.
Cheers.